You guys see Cash fall to the ground, and TJ goes, What is going on? You see TJ stop what he's doing for a moment and cast Mass Cure Wounds. So you guys take these. Whoa.
Do I get healed as a mammoth? Yeah.
Yes. This is a terrible. You guys only get 11 points of healing back.
That's okay.
That was a terrible roll. But that circle he stopped for just a moment.
I'm still at 66.
You have more health than I do at max.
I am Jack Fisher, Chair of Necromancy. The following is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Names, characters, businesses, places, and incidents are either products of the Dungeon Master's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblances to actual persons, living or dead, or any actual events are purely coincidental. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. You might be wondering how we got here.
And he goes, you should be more careful with these things. You don't want to have another accident, Cash.
Oh my god, I just saw death! Oh my god!
It's unreal. It's definitely magical, but what source are you drawing from?
It doesn't really feel like I'm pulling it from anything. It's kind of like I'm pulling it from me.
Does Wes know Michael's last name? Because you've skipped over this. Does Wes know Michael's last name?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sure.
It's one of the memories that was wiped.
So
You see
Yay!
Pierre on the ground, blood pouring from his head, and standing over him, a Josing Saija. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. That was a 4.
4? Some part of you just wants to look at the body one more time, and then you just start laughing. The man goes unconscious. Make a charisma saving throw for me.
What the hell?
And then you raise your cane above your head, slam it down on his head, and you hear a sickening. You feel bad, but you also feel good. And you see the Reaper turn and produce a wand
Oh my god.
in one hand and holds the mirror back in a defensive position. Let's roll initiative.
So that turn was an abject failure.
She scares me, not gonna lie, a little turned on.
We don't even know what she looks like.
4.
What if she looks exactly like your mom?
What if it turns out?
What if it is your mom?
And that darkness around the Reaper's face, you're starting to see just slight hints of facial features. That is 6 points of damage.
I'm down.
Make a charisma saving throw.
That is a 3 plus 1, 4.
Could you two leave the room for a minute? You see Cash get stricken across the chest by this wicked claw that comes from the mirror. And you see him take a step back and almost fall. And then he catches himself. You all look upon Cash and are frightened.
So, if you all remember, I've been saving up those sorcery points. So I'm going to bonus action create a 4th level spell. I'm going to polymorph myself into a mammoth.
That is a 16?
That hits.
That hits? Okay. Mark 1 failed death saving throw.
Okay.
Wait, hang on.
But Wes, make a wisdom saving throw. You kind of look at the Reaper, and a thought passes through your mind, and you take 4 points of psychic damage. The glass actually from the chandelier crashes down on you all.
Okay, that makes sense then.
And as it does, you see the Reaper turn to the mirror and jump in the pile of glass. And you see Queen Elfame now take a step out from behind the piles of technology, seeming from coming out of nowhere. I had a debt to pay, and I paid that debt today.
To whom?
To
Ignore him.
to that figure, that person.
To the Reaper.
To the Reaper. I simply ask that you act as an opposite force to a debt that will come upon me very soon. It is simply something you will already be doing. I only ask that you do it with my blessing.
What about the screams? Shouldn't we help?
And actually, as you say that, you see 3 simulacrum reveal themselves. and you see Cash fall to the ground cold. Actually, can you two leave the room again? And you're back in this space, the same space you were in during the Botanist in Boston arc. This weightless void, and you see your form again, and this time your form is a little bit more faded than it was before. The piece of your leg is even more gone, and you feel like you're being sucked towards this purple space. And then you hear a voice, a familiar voice. No, you come this way. And you're pulled, and you're gone. And that simulacrum is now right on top of TJ, seeming like it's going to bear down. Wes, it's your turn.
I'm gonna turn around and attack the one that's right next to TJ. I'll take the opportunity attacks.
You'll take 2 of them. That is...
My AC is 13 as a mammoth.
Okay. That is 15, and that is 13.
Beats it.
Okay. You take 11 points of damage, slashing damage.
Well, I'm back to where I was.
And you run over to this one over here.
Yeah,
it's not enough for you to do your goring attack, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I can still use
do your
gore,
goring
but
attack.
I'm going to use Stomp anyway because it's better.
Yeah.
You would just have to be closer for Stomp. 14?
14?
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay.
Damage?
8. 17. 24.
Okay.
26 plus 7.
Okay.
33.
Poof. It goes up in a poof of...
In a poof.
So you got to move me too.
Yep. And now you're standing over Cash's lifeless corpse. These two are still over here. And it is, Julie, your turn.
Shotgun on the 2.
Yes. You can, if you back up a little bit, you can hit both of them.
Fine, I'll back up.
Okay. You just
Am I scared of the lifeless corpse of Cash?
No. As soon as Cash falls, you kind of feel that. You feel like you almost felt like like your heart racing a little bit, almost like an anxiety, like a panic attack happening.
Yeah.
And as soon as Cash goes down, you kind of get your breath back. It's strange.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll that attack.
17.
That hits.
Okay.
And then let's make a dex. The other one is a dex save. It fails. Okay. So go ahead and roll
21?
damage.
21.
21 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. One of them turns into snow. The other one is fine.
Okay, so then revolver on the one that's fine.
Okay.
That's a miss. That's a 12.
12. Unfortunately, that just goes
And
through the mist of
too far for a ricochet, I imagine.
Yes, way too far.
Okay.
So that is that. Up next is the one remaining simulacrum. It sees the bigger form and it's going to you hear it cry out again, and this time it runs up to you, Wes, and strikes you. 6.
Nope.
Dang. That's 7, but yeah, no.
It's still no.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Yeah, it tries to claw at you, but does not succeed. Wes, it is your turn.
I'm going to kill him. The old Stomp. 27.
It's
7. 13.
okay. Yeah,
20.
It's done.
Okay.
You see it turn into a poof of of snow as you hear another set of screams coming from down the hall.
God.
At this point, you look back and see TJ, and he's drawn this like intricate pattern of circles on the ground. And he says, "I'm almost done. Just keep them away for one more, and stay close. Julie, get over here."
I get over there.
Okay. You have to do it on your turn. This time, you see 5 simulacrum pour into this chamber here. 4 of them can get in the door frame. 1 of them has to stay out. Julie, it is your turn.
I get over.
Okay, you run over to Cash and Mammoth West, and what do you do? As you're just staying there?
I'm reloading my shotgun.
Okay, that's 1 attack.
Yeah, and I want to examine the corpse.
You technically would have to use your whole action.
Okay, then never mind. I'll just stand there.
Okay. You have 1 more attack. It's only 1 attack to reload.
Yeah, but I can't reach from here, can I?
I believe...
You know what? I'm doing the revolver then.
Yeah, I believe with the revolver, let me check here. So you'll have disadvantage with the revolver shot.
And what's the shotgun?
The shotgun is 20, 20, 20, and then at the 60 mark, it's disadvantage. But it goes out in a cone.
So I could hit them from here, right?
You could.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay, roll an attack.
16?
16, that hits. All but 1 pass. So
Okay. 13.
13. Yeah, it takes it. The other 2 kind of float away from this cone of buckshot. And the other one is a little bit too slow and takes the full damage. You see TJ finally finish the last circle of chalk. And he says, "All right, guys, let's get out of here. We got to go." And he says, "Somebody, Julie, grab Cash."
I grab Cash.
Okay. You pick up Cash and...
Fireman carry.
Yeah, TJ runs through the portal. Wes, what do you do? Because you are too big to fit in this portal right now.
Last one, I think I let go of polymorph as I dive through. So like you just see a mammoth run into the portal, and
Okay.
I like
that.
shrink into the portal.
Okay, and Julie, you carry Cash's corpse along the ground, over your shoulders rather, through this portal, and you guys apparate in Chicago.
On the street?
No, in the SWAT base. You see that portal, the gate that you used to go to Phaeton, flash as you guys dive through. You hear like a lot of commotion going on as you kind of dive through. You actually hear like you see a lot of people running around with different files and stuff. You actually catch Taylor Atkinson, that taller woman in the
one
robes.
that I'm pretty sure I'm the one who I took her place specifically.
Yes. You see her running down the way, kind of talking to Amber, and they run down, and then you hear Michael kind of yell, "We need to get them out, whatever it takes."
Okay, I want to shout, "We're out!"
Suddenly, we
have a problem.
There's a silence that covers the entire facility, and you see everyone stand there, slack-jawed, staring.
Cash needs help.
You see Scarlet burst out of the scene, running out, and you see Jack also kind of run up next to her, and she goes, "What seems to be the problem?"
I set him down.
You lay Cash's corpse down on the ground. Now that you kind of have had some time to kind of look at him, you see Cash's fingernails are a little bit like longer than usual, and you see he's got these kind of, his muscles are more sinewy and tense, and you see like and you notice this when you picked him up too, that he was just denser than you originally thought he was. But you set him down on the ground. Scarlet goes, "What happened here?" She checks for a pulse and says, He's gone. Quickly. She kind of reaches out for a couple of her assistants. She says, "Quick, go grab the operations for the ritual. We promise. We'll get him right back. I promise." And you see Michael kind of run up to you, Wes.
I'm on my hands and knees coughing up blood because let me hit you with Wes. I have very little hit points, and I'm out of spell slots and sorcery points. So
you see Michael pick you up and give you a big, strong bear hug.
Too hard, broken ribs.
You actually get healed for 10 points of damage as he picks you up and grasps you in his arms. And Julie, you the same, as Amber kind of runs up to you and grabs your hand.
I step away.
You step away?
I step away.
Before you can get the heal?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
You kind of she runs up to you and goes, "Are you okay?" And you step away from her.
Yeah, and where'd they bring Cash?
Cash is still laying down on the ground. You see medics kind of running together to put together this kind of bed of different of different flowers and different kind of you smell like incense starting to burn, and you see Scarlet reach out with this glistening jewel in her hand, and she says, "All right, everybody clear the room," and she holds up this diamond and begins chanting. And you see Jack kind of looking out in the middle distance, kind of scanning, just looking, not particularly looking at any one thing. And his eyebrows are kind of furrowed. And Scarlet begins chanting more and more. And as the ritual comes to an end, she goes, "All right, everybody give him room." And everybody kind of takes a step back away from Cash. And he's not moving.
What's the problem?
Jack, what's the problem? And Jack is kind of looking around and goes, I'm not sure. The ritual connected, right? And Scarlet goes, of course it connected. I've done it 1,000 times before, and I'll do it again if I need to. But what's going on? And she looks at TJ, and TJ goes, I don't know. I just. He just went down. He was in the middle of a fight. He didn't even.
He took a bad hit from the Reaper. By the way, the Reaper escaped.
You see Michael actually after putting you down, Wes. He kind of looks grimly at Cash. You see him put his hands over Cash, and Cash's eyes have been open this time, and he kind of puts his hands over Cash's eyes, and he goes, So
I storm out of the room.
You kind of storm off in emotional fury.
I'm walking back to my office.
You storm off to your office. Wes, what are you doing?
I make an Arthur fist. Like the meme. Or Google it. And then I follow Julie. I don't storm off like Julie. I just see her run out of the room, and I just move to go after her.
Okay,
so
yeah, you run after Julie, and Michael goes, Wes, wait, Wes,
give us 5 goddamn minutes, and I keep going to follow Julie.
Okay, you follow Julie. Julie, what are you doing?
I'm looking on his desk for the room number of his family.
Make an investigation check.
I don't find it.
Okay.
Wes, do you know where his family is?
Do I know where his family is? Has he told us about that? Well, we know his family.
You know his family's
we don't
here.
Know.
Wes, make an investigation check.
I mean, yeah, I'll make an investigation check, but right, this is all 0. 15.
15. You find you actually see because he didn't want to take it with. Actually, he might have taken it with him. You see a little sticky note that has Dar's phone number on it.
Where's the dog?
The dog
right.
would have been at Cash's apartment dorm area.
Julie, hang on. This before we tell them it's not.
Can you get the dog?
No, that's not a bad idea. And I run out toward the dorm to find the dog.
I'm dialing the number.
You're calling the number.
I'm still holding the number.
God dang it! I hate you.
Okay. I mean,
I'm gonna hit the
It's
desk
not
in anger.
over yet.
But you can tell them that there's been a complication.
So are you calling?
No, because he took the phone number with him.
Okay.
I don't think that was also I don't know if that was like an intentional, like I'm keeping this from Julie.
Okay.
It was just like I ran
Julie,
out with
what
it.
are you doing in the meantime?
I hit my hand against the desk in anger.
You punched the desk a couple times?
I slam
Okay.
I slam my fist down.
Wes, you dash down the hall to Cash's dormitory, and you open the door, and you see Suwon.
I know what I start doing. Do I have a computer?
Yes.
I start writing my account of the events.
Okay. Yeah, you start formalizing your notations for the journey. You open the door, and Suwon actually kind of jumps out and kind of starts hopping on you like a dog does.
Hey, it's Cash. I guess you're smarter than the average dog.
He kind of hops down from you and kind of does like a little side head tilt.
Where in the SWAT office did we appear? Like where? Like what was it? Like a specific portal room?
The guy in Phaetonian, like the little metal circlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used the teleportation circle.
The portal room. The portal room. This way, and I start running off.
You start running, and he kind of does like a little head tilt, and then kind of looks back towards the door, and then kind of starts prancing after you. So, Julie, you're just writing a report of what happened?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's still fresh in my mind.
Okay. Wes, you are kind of running down this long corridor, and I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
8.
8. You are similarly kind of recounting what just happened, the events that you just saw. And you take 4 points of psychic damage as you think back to the moment when the Reaper escaped. And you feel like a nosebleed kind of coming on. You kind of pause for a minute, and Suwon kind of runs into you a little bit. Not enough to like throw you off balance or anything, but runs into you and kind of starts circling you. And then you continue running down the hall towards Cash. You come up to the area where Cash is laid out, and now you see everybody kind of you see a whole bunch of medics kind of doing different kind of magic spells and different kind of restoration spells on Cash's body to kind of see what's going on. You see a scholar that you've seen kind of around casting Identify on his arm and his legs, trying to figure out what could be preventing him from coming back to life. And Suwon kind of stops in the middle of the hallway and then just bolts down and is laying on top of Cash. He's barking at anyone who tries to lay a hand on Cash's corpse. He bites actually that scholar. The scholar kind of recoils back, and Scarlet goes, "I'm sorry, boy. We got to keep on trying to figure out what's wrong with him." And Suwon just won't relent. He is all over Cash's body, trying to keep anyone from touching him.
I'm kind of stopped at the doorway when the dog ran in. Mm-hmm. I didn't like follow up close.
There's not like a doorway, but you're like standing in the hall on like a wall.
Yeah.
He must have been in a side passage,
yeah.
Right?
Michael walks up to you and goes, "Wes, what happened?"
Some bad stuff, Michael. Bad stuff happened.
How long does it take me to like jot down my thoughts?
How long does it take you? That's up to
I
you.
don't think very long. I'm
Okay.
writing down mostly what I could remember seeing of the Reaper and details I overheard of that conversation.
Okay. When you're done, what do you do?
I'm coming for Wes.
Okay. So you go back down the hall and you meet up with Wes.
Yeah, and I snatch the paper out of his hands.
When you walk up, I hand you the paper.
And I meanly snatch it from your hand.
Julie, I was in.
And I walk away.
Are you calling Dar? All right. The phone rings a couple times, and it goes, "Hi, this is Daria. SWAT agent. I still don't understand. Hi, who is this?
Are you Cash's sister?
Yes, that would be me.
There's been a problem.
There's a long pause.
Where are you? Where are you right now?
I'm on the 5th floor. Where's the problem?
I'll come to you.
I can. Where's the problem? I can come to the problem. I mean, what's the problem?
Come to my office and I'll explain the situation.
You give her directions to your office, and you kind of walk over there, and she actually meets you there about when you get there, and she goes, "What's going on?"
I'm not the most magical person here, so I don't know the full extent of
what is going on.
I think Cash is dead. They're trying to bring him back, and it's not working.
She kind of stops and she covers her mouth, and she's shaking now. And she actually collapses onto the floor, and she says, "No, No, 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 no.
I kneel down next to her.
No, no, you're lying. Where is he? Where is he?
How bad was the body?
There were a couple scratches. It wasn't too mangled. It was mainly skin level. There was a lot of just blood loss. But when you kind of drag Cash out, you pulled him out of the main for the blood. There's enough blood to see that there was something wrong, but it's not a scene of gore.
Okay. I can bring you there, but you have to understand there are still people seeing what they can do.
She kind of shakily stands up, and you see tears now kind of welling in her eyes as she follows you down the hall. Wes, what are you doing?
I'm still standing against the wall. I'm just watching everything happen.
You see, make a perception check.
9.
9. Yeah, Suwon is just not letting anyone get near Cash's body. And eventually people just kind of stop, and you see Suwon kind of starting to make that kind of dog whining sound as he lays his head on Cash's chest. You eventually, Julie, come down the hall, and you see Suwon, Cash's dog, laying on Cash's chest, and Dar runs up to Cash's body and goes, No. No. Cash. You see Suwon kind of put his head on Dar's shoulder, and they both start crying together.
What is Scarlet doing right now?
Scarlet kind of took a step back once she realized that Suwon wasn't going to let anyone kind of touch Cash anymore. And she's just kind of been looking at the scene, and you see tears kind of starting to well up in her eyes as well.
Can I step up to her then?
Yeah.
Can we move him somewhere else?
She kind of wipes a tear away from her eyes and says, I think that'd be appropriate. It's been a little while since we've had an incident like this. We'll make sure everything's right and proper. And she motions for a couple of these. You see these two kind of cloaked figures, wearing these kind of black robes and these black veils, kind of walking up, and they have this kind of one of those kind of transports of like the two sticks. You see 4 of them actually, and they're all holding an end of the thing, and they walk over towards Suwon and Dar, and they're both still crying, and they look up, and then the 4 figures kind of look down at those two and kind of give a solemn nod, and Dar and Suwon both kind of back up, and they begin loading Cash's body onto the stretcher.
So is Michael standing next to Wes by that kind of? Can I go back over to them?
Yeah.
I'm going to say to Michael, what do we do now? Where are we needed?
Julie, you're not needed.
We need to report this. So what is the process?
The council will hold a hearing.
Oh, geez, my favorite.
This one will have to be public.
Yeah, because of course it will.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, save it. And I walk away.
You walk away, and actually Amber kind of trails behind you. She says, Julie, what is going on? What happened?
I keep walking.
She's kind of insistently kind of following behind you. Julie, you can't keep on ignoring me like this. What happened?
I'm walking. I'm going to my office and getting my coat.
You begin pulling on your coat. Julie, what is going on? You can't just sit here and keep on ignoring me like this.
I keep on walking.
You walk about 3 feet out, kind of towards the door, and you see a slab of stone shoot out from the ground, right in front of you.
Is the ground stone or is it wood?
You see stone shoot out from the kind of wood.
That's
floor.
disturbing. I'm gonna spin around. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Just leave me alone.
I need to know what happened. I'm part of the council.
Yeah, and you'll find out during the public hearing.
Julie, you... And you see a burst of flame kind of come off of her, and she storms off behind you.
I turn to Michael and say, just give me half an hour and I will explain. I'll come back and I'll explain everything. I just need please, can I have half an hour to myself?
Yeah, Wes, no problem. Do you need...
No, I don't even. So I'm going to walk down the hallway and like toward the office. And the moment I'm out of sight, I'm going to turn off for the memory bank.
Do you see Amber coming out of the office at all?
Yeah, you actually see...
I don't get to
Amber.
the office. I just go...
Yeah, but you
I
still
just
see
make a
Amber
look.
kind of storming down the hall.
Okay.
That way.
I kind of just step to the side.
You're
Yeah,
like, no.
it's... The air around Amber is 20 degrees hotter.
I don't make eye contact.
Good call.
Idea.
You go towards the Hall of Memories. I want you to make one more wisdom saving throw.
10.
10. You take 6 more points of psychic damage. And you are thrown to your knees now. Every time you try to think back towards that fight, you are kind of thrown down. And I need you to make one more wisdom saving throw now. How much damage have you taken? Psychic damage?
I'm at 13 hit points.
13 hit points? Okay, yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
19 are on the ground, and you begin shaking. And make actually you know this because you've seen it now. You begin having a psychic seizure.
Am I coming? I'm coming down the hallway at this point, aren't
Yes. So you see Wes on the ground, kind of shaking a little bit, but he kind of steals himself together and picks himself up. And what do you do?
What was that, Wes?
I'm done with this bullshit organization, Julie.
I meant the seizure, but yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea. And I just...
Wes, you need to go to medical.
I have to do something first. And
You
I
already
sort
tried
of
to get your
grit my
memories
teeth
back.
and walk. Yeah. Yeah, well, this time I'm not fucking around. And I grit my teeth and start walking toward keep going.
Okay. You walk down to the medical area of the Chicago base, and you see I believe it's Gad?
Yeah.
Gad, the holder of memories.
I use Cash's sleeping sand to knock him out.
Roll.
I don't know how it's...
You cast the spell sleep.
It's 5d8, right? Yeah. That's 24.
24?
Oh, no, 25.
25?
Yeah, it was plus 7, not plus... Yeah.
Okay. You toss it in front of Gad, and he goes, "What do you do?" And he falls asleep.
All right, now... I know that there's like that door. You told us that there's a door where everything's behind that.
But before you even get to that door, you hear, "What are you doing?" And you see that half elven girl.
Sleeping sand.
Okay,
Sleeping
roll
sand,
5 more d8.
Sleeping sand, sleeps everyone you want to sleep.
14, 19, 22, 26.
26. This time you throw the sleeping sand, and she kind of takes a step back, and her head kind of sags for a little bit, but she sits up.
Whoa, is she thick?
There's a certain number you have to get
swole?
above. But she pulls out this electric baton and goes, "What are you doing?"
Am I by the door?
Yes, the first door.
What is between her and me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
She's standing in front of the door. You are in bullet time now because she is about to act. Julie, are you there with Wes, or did...
I think I turned around to go to the medical wing.
Okay.
I hold out my staff and I say, just let me by and can walk away from this. It's intimidation.
Yeah, roll an intimidation check.
Unnatural 20.
She goes, "Are you threatening me?"
Just let me through. Just let me through. Please.
Make one more wisdom saving throw.
Wes started crying there, if that was unclear. 19.
19. As you begin saying this, and actually as you begin crying, your eyes kind of water over for a little bit, and your vision kind of goes back one more time. And this time it's not to the battle, but to another very important time when you cried. And suddenly something clicks in your mind, and you take 4 more points of psychic damage, and you have a thought. And you're this thought process is you keep on running up against something, and every time you do it hurts, but you keep on thinking, and the tears in your eyes are streaming down your cheeks. And as your vision kind of clears from the last tear, you think back to your fight one more time, and you have the thought, the Reaper is your mother. And then you pass out.
I'm at the medical bay.
Yes.
I've buttoned my coat.
You've what? I've
buttoned my coat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk over to Scarlet and I'm gonna say, Wes is having seizures.
She goes, is it from the battle? Does he need a
I don't know what it's from.
Is it what kind of seizures is it?
The same one that Chairman had.
Oh lordy. He's recovering our memory. We need to get him to. And as soon as you see that, you see the that half elf woman dragging Wes by his collar, unconscious,
there he is,
to the med.
I assume I just passed out in front of her.
Yes. Yeah. And she drops Wes right in front of Scarlet, and Scarlet goes, "Oh God." And she begins pressing her hands against Wes's head, and Wes, you heal 10 points, but you are still unconscious. She goes, he needs to rest. I'll call Michael, and I'll make sure. Julie, you should go.
Do you know when I'm going to be called back in for the hearing?
I'm not quite sure. It's quite unusual, this whole circumstance. We'll probably have rights for cash before you all need to testify, but that'll be on the part of his family. Julie, I'm so sorry. And she kind of reaches up and gives you a hug. She can only reach around your waist.
I step back.
Okay. You step back, and she goes,
I'm just going to nod at her and leave.
You give her a curt nod. And
yeah, curt nod. That's what I do.
March out. Wes, you wake up, and you're home. You're on your couch in your apartment in Chicago, and you are you have like a warm towel over your head, and you are covered in a blanket, and the TV's on. What do you do?
What's on TV?
It's some kind of a sitcom. It's something that you have had queued up on your Netflix thing. Something that you usually just watched.
The Witcher.
The Witcher. Technically, timeline-wise, The Witcher hasn't come out yet because this is.
Wait, when is this?
This is still 2019.
Okay, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Damn it, The Witcher would have been fun.
Yes, but you see Stranger Things. Actually, the first season, which you've already seen, but it's playing through again. And you take a look over to your left, and silhouetted from the television light is Michael, kind of hunched over a drink of some sort, not alcohol, but a mug. And he goes, "Wes, you're awake."
How long have I been out?
You passed out in the base. You've been out for 4 or 5 hours.
All right. So, I kind of get why you didn't want me to get my memories back.
He kind of stands up and says, "What do you remember, Wes?"
I don't remember. I don't remember everything.
No, you only can parse together that
one.
The Reaper, the face of the Reaper that you saw was your mother.
Michael, why won't you let me see my parents in the prison?
Wes, is that important, Wes?
Yeah.
Wes, do you know what your parents did to you?
Yeah, Michael, I want to see them though. What do you know what? What do you know that you haven't been telling me this whole time?
He kind of gets angry and he stands up. He says, "Wes, This is not the time to talk about this.
I think now is exactly the time to talk about this. When else? Oh, maybe we should wait until Cash's funeral to talk about how my mother killed him.
He kind of stands up and says, Wes.
It'll be the eulogy. I didn't know Cash long, but you know what? He ding-dang got killed by my mom.
Don't talk about things you don't understand.
Oh, because you won't let me understand them, Michael. You keep...
Wes, I did this to protect you. Everything I've done was to protect you. Do you understand what your parents were? They were going to have you rip open a portal to the Outlands, Wes. The society knew about it, Wes, okay? Everybody knew about it. And I was not going to let them hurt my nephew.
What?
And suddenly, in the Hall of Memories, a vial shatters.